Hello. You might have noticed that the Disney animated movie The Princess and the Frog is back in theatres for its 10th anniversary. It's a great movie and it's lavishly animated in the classic style of the old Disney films like Snow White and Fantasia. You know, the one with the brooms. Here's the thing though, if you have a young princess-obsessed daughter that you're planning on taking to the movies to see this film and you haven't yet seen it, think twice. I know what I'm talking about. 10 years ago, this was the first movie I ever took my daughter to the theatre to see. She had just turned 3, she was super into princesses, so it seemed perfect. When I asked her if she wanted to go see a princess movie, she got really excited. When I said it's called The Princess and the Frog, she frowned. I don't want the frog, she said. No problem, I thought. I know the legend. Evildoer turns prince into frog. Frog spends the entire movie trying to get the princess to kiss him. She finally does. He turns back into a prince. Happily ever after. Problem solved. I figured she's not going to mind if there's a frog as long as there's a princess around the whole time. But I learned the hard way that when you take your daughter to see a movie called The Princess and the Frog, you better do some research into the movie's princess-frog ratio before you go, otherwise you're going to have a nonplussed 3-year-old on your hands. Because there aren't any actual princesses in this movie until the very end, when the prince marries the movie's heroine, who is a hard-working waitress and aspiring restaurateur. But, spoiler alert, she spends the entire movie as a frog too. And none of this detracts from the movie, which is great. Unless you're a 3-year-old who has been promised princesses. Being 3 years old, my daughter had a kind of literal interpretation of the cinema experience. Being told she was going to see a princess movie, she not unreasonably expected there would be princesses. My daughter was very well behaved. She sat still for the most part, she climbed in my lap during the scary bits, and even I was a bit freaked out by the voodoo dude who was responsible for the frogination of the main characters. And she stared wide-eyed as the frogs diced with danger during their quest to be unfrogged. But she also turned to me every couple of minutes to say, "Daddy, I want the princess." And all I could do was reassure her there would be a princess along any minute, even though I quickly figured out that was not going to be the case. When it finally ended and the credits rolled and the lights came up, I turned to her and said, "So, did you enjoy the film?" "I want the princess movie," she said. I, of course, had to explain that she had just watched the princess movie and it was over and it was time to go home. And so my first ever daddy-daughter movie experience ended with my daughter in tears and me feeling like a trash hole of a dad for letting her down. So word to the wise, to all the parents and caregivers out there, if you're taking kids to a movie based on the title, do your research, because Hollywood lies. This has been Rants from a Chaise Longue. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I promise you this, any rants from a Chaise Longue on this channel will be rants from a Chaise Longue. Thanks.